I think that, for instance, a lot of us swallowed Marxism whole and really believed it in the same way as we'd believed in God. There was no questioning any aspect of it. If you were a Marxist, you were a Marxist through and through. You couldn't be partly a Marxist. It was just as dogmatic as any religion. And of course, that must leave an awful gap now in the personality and very being of former Marxists. I often think of how many there are all over the world who've had it proved to them just in the last couple of years with the collapse of the Marxist regimes in Eastern Europe and Russia. Where are they left? They must feel absolutely bereft. The Trotskyists, for instance, and there are still a few of them around, would say that it just proves their thesis that you didn't have Marxism in Russia or those places. And it was because it has never been tried. When you criticise people about the failures of Christianity, not only the Inquisition, but all the other monstrous crimes that have been committed in the name of Christianity, their invariable reply is, yes, but don't blame that on Christianity, because Christianity has never really been tried.
And that's worrying, because with those people you think, well, if we let you try Christianity or Marxism, God will be in worse state.
Absolutely. And of course, the line that the Trotskyists had, that if Trotsky had won out in the contest, and if he'd run Russia, everything would have been the heaven that we were promised. I've come around to the view that it would have been no different. Trotsky himself wasn't as personally cruel a man as Stalin, but the logic of imposing a totalitarian regime on a whole people inevitably leads to cruelties like Stalin's.
Though you say to those people who claimed the Cold War victory that it's not a victory of capitalism either.
No, certainly not. Capitalism has its problems. My attitude today is that, well, adapt Churchill's old phrase, it's the least bad way of running a country that I can think of. But as our present near depression proves, it doesn't work all that well either.